So there is a message that everyone needs to uh, understand and reflect on. And what is the message? The message is God wants bliss to be the nature of this earth plane as it is the nature in heaven. Heaven is a place where there is continuous bliss. And it is the opposite in the earth plane. So we have to sort out what has happened and reflect on and what happened. Within a very short period of time, the world economy collapsed. It's all because of a threat by the virus. Not only a threat, but also the disaster that it brought to human life, and then and also the economy. So what is going to happen going forward? And this is my prediction. The virus came in for a reason, for people to wake up and then look at a new paradigm of life. And what is the new paradigm of life? That is the recognition of a greater life than what the earth plane can afford. And that greater life is the life in another galaxy, which is heaven. And this heaven can be brought down to the earth plane, and that was the message of Christianity, but we just forgot all about that. So it is time to understand the finitude of the human beings, of how we are. We have to look at human consciousness and the finitude of the human consciousness and the limitation of the human consciousness, and then ask questions how we can evolve faster. We can evolve faster. There are paradigms for that. All that we have to need to do is just to forget our selfishness. Every country is selfish, every man is selfish, and that is our nature. And people who speak about selflessness are also selfish. You cannot just get out of your selfishness because it's a matter of ego, of understanding our limited being, and that is defined by the body. So it should be our educational system should change to give education other than material sciences. We should give education on soul. And it's the soul that makes you the heart to pump blood, the lung to breathe. But unfortunately, we have marginalized God or even buried Him deep down. If we are not going to learn this lesson, there will be a bigger catastrophe. At least those people who believe in God should join together and then bring in the model. And that model should become so pervasive and all-inclusive. So when I was in graduate school in the United States, we used to have a discussion on what is religion. And there is a joke that was going on. Religion is what I practice, and cult is what you practice. And this is applicable to the Democrats and the Republicans. The Democrats, if you ask them, who are the bad guys? The Republicans. So the Republicans say the vice versa. So we have to get beyond all definitions, of good and bad, and then bring together, get together and create a complete uh, uh, revision of everything we have been doing and how to start all over. How can we start all over? First of all, we have to have our education system is too old. Even the sciences that we are teaching there are too old. Even the scientists have to understand that they cannot completely run the system by a science that is based on the materialistic model. They have to soon incorporate quantum physics and then the theory of uncertainty and non-locality, and then relate it to consciousness. And we don't do that. And once we do that, then we will understand how we create our reality through our consciousness. Consciousness study is the most important study, and to understand the relationship between consciousness and the particles, because we are basically particles. We are not just the flesh and blood. And that education should go deep into the consciousness of people right from the beginning. Even when they are kindergarten people, they are children, they have to understand that we are not just the flesh and blood, we are just love, we are just particles, we have unlimited possibilities, and our future can be completely without any suffering, and then there should be a human evolution process. So it is a time for us to join together and think about human evolution. Now, the human evolution is human becoming just not an animal. We are slightly better than an animal. In some cases, we are not even better than animals, because animals know better than us in many respects. I'm not going to go into that. But we all know that's a very common knowledge, that animals have certain abilities which we do not have, all because we just have been placing all our emphasis on the neocortex and just forgotten on the intuitive brain, although I've said many times, and people have said many times, that it is not just the neocortex, but then the old primitive brain or the reptilian brain is a lot more important, and then they can give us a better understanding of who we are and what are the possibilities that we can have. So collectively, people have to join together, and religion has to be revived, but not a religion that puts down the other religion. Okay, that is the problem. A long time ago, Christiana Manpour did a series of videos called Warriors of God. And in the videos, he said that all these religions are fighting for their own gods. And then the gods of the other people are demons. And this is pathetic. This has to change. So we would have to have all religions come together and then understand that it is a science, and a science that promises what's called evolution from this life of flesh and blood. So it should be a comparative religion, has to be revived, has to be built, so that I understand somebody else's religion and somebody else understands my religion on an equal foot. And if we do that, then we will benefit from each other's tradition. Religion is not foolish. Okay, so Einstein's one important statement was, where science ends, there religion begins, because religion is a higher reality, a more pleasant reality than what matter can offer us. So it is time for all of us to go back into religion, into the domain of miracles. We can have miracles every day, but science doesn't allow any room for miracles because it freezes reality to logic and matter. And then what happens is then it leads you to negativity. Okay. I always, when I was watching the video these days, when they say, well, it's going to be like this for another month, I don't want to believe in that. If collectively we can believe in uh, changing the world, changing our suffering, changing our poverty, it can be done. It can be done. There is research everywhere. Even Norman Cousins, who started the psychoneuroimmunology department at UCLA Medical School, he said that we tell people that every 3 months you have to go and look if there is cancer in your breast. It's preventative medicine, or is it creating cancer? You expect that. And then he also did research on 500, a group of 500, many groups like that, on cancer patients, and tell them, we are going to give you what is called chemotherapy, and you are going to lose hair. 35% of the people lost hair, although they were given placebo. So the placebo is important. Belief becomes biology, belief becomes also sociology, belief becomes economics. It is all your belief. So we have to teach all these in schools, and then I don't think we will be too successful with the older people who are stuck in their old ways. At least the new civilization has to be created. In that civilization, we have to teach people, young people, this is what it is. What do we expect is what is going to happen. So be careful about what you expect. Okay? And what do you think? What do you think is going to be the reality? Then we have no courses on thinking. I'm the only one who has started this course on intelligence, phonemic intelligence, because nobody teaches intelligence in schools and colleges. And it is a sad thing. We are teaching trigonometry and other things which we never use in our life. You have to teach about intelligence not only to school children and kindergarten children, but also to adults. What is intelligence, and what is thinking, and how do we think? And then we have no clue that to know that even a syllable carries so much intelligence to change your attitude, your understanding, and also your whole life. This is knowledge that I have packaged differently, backed by the research that I have done at Brain Science International and then Harvard Medical School, where I have, for myself, I have been able to see how syllables can go and activate different parts of the brain, and from which I developed this science called the science of the phonemic intelligence. It's called phonemic intelligence. Intelligence is in the phonemes, in the sound waves. This is nothing new, except that I have packaged it differently. This is what I have developed out of my study of different religions, including Christianity and Judaism, where it was said, in the beginning there was the Word, and the Word was with God, and God said, let there be light. So we can speak and create a reality, whatever reality we want to create. So we have to be very, very careful about what we speak. But if you open the television, it's complete nonsense. We are irresponsible, goofy, and negative and create negatives and negativity all around us. So, what is the way out? The way out is politicians have to play an important role in this. Without politicians, we cannot do anything. So we have to change our senators, congressmen in every country, the representatives. They have to understand that we can create our own reality by understanding intelligence we have. And our intelligence is outdated. So let us know, let us all become intelligent. Let us use our full potential. And then they have to feel it in their blood and as this and their mission to create a new world order. For the phonemic intelligence will give a starting point for everything, because I have been now involved in, my students are working on delivering it online to the people of phonemic intelligence. So we have to become intelligent. Everybody should become intelligent. In the World Knowledge Forum, I was asked to talk, and then I said, what we need to do is we have to get rid of all manual work. All that can be done. There are models. There is no time for me to talk about that. And we can relegate it to the machines, and then we can all use our consciousness and intelligence for our own evolution. So I am very, very confident that the 21st century will see at least a foundation being laid for creating a new world order. I'm very happy about it. The good news is that the stock market today started to surge on seeing the stabilization of the coronavirus. If we don't reflect on the virus and what it has done to us, then we will have to meet another virus or another some disaster that's going to come, and then repeatedly we will be, we will be hurt and damaged before we can go and learn from this. It's better to learn right now and then move forward to create a new world order, a new world civilization, and of positivity and happiness for everyone. God bless.